I'm here in Tada Town, a small, beautiful town in Saga Prefecture, which is in Japan's southern island of Kyushu. And here about 40% of the population is aged 65 and above, which is well above the national average.
Erica visited a local community center in this rapidly aging town.
I wonder what they're doing. It looks like an exercise program.
A group of women, averaging 80 years old, were engaged in strength training. Each 5-count movement lasts just 3 seconds. It may look simple, but this unique method from Japan does more than build muscle. It's also expected to improve bone density, lower blood pressure, and increase fat metabolism. Media outlets around the world have begun taking notice, calling it a way to get stronger and avoid injury, and even improve your life.
Short on time, but not keen on strenuous exercise, no problem. Try Japan's 5-count, 3-second strength training for a longer, healthier life.
To maintain muscle mass and strength, many people rely on intense workouts using equipment like dumbbells and barbells. But as people age, strenuous workouts become difficult, and many quit strength training altogether. To address this, Japanese researchers developed a simple exercise program that can be done easily, even in older age. Studies published in international journals have reported improvements in both muscle strength and physical function using this method. Nosaka Kazunori is a leading researcher at Edith Cowan University in Australia.
Professor Nosaka, thank you so much for joining us today for such an exciting topic and all the way from Perth, Australia.
Yes.
今日はよろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
So, Professor Nosaka, can you explain why such a gentle form of exercise is so effective?
Okay, so in exercise, we do 3 types of muscle contractions. So I just demonstrate using this weight. So when we are just holding the barbell or this kettlebell like this is called isometric contraction. There's no movement of the joint. Muscle length is the same. When we are lifting the weight like this is called concentric contraction. Muscle is shortened. Okay? Then when we are lowering the weight slowly, then muscle lengthen. This is eccentric contraction.
What's important in strength training is muscle contractions. As muscles repeatedly shorten and stretch, they are stimulated at the cellular level. This stimulation gradually makes muscles stronger and larger. The shortening movement is called a concentric contraction. The stretching movement is called an eccentric contraction. Nosaka focused on the fact that eccentric contractions can generate more force than concentric ones.
Could you hold this one? This is very heavy, 8 kilograms.
8 kilos.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Could you try to bend your elbow joint? This is hard, right?
Yeah.
When you try to go down slowly, which is easier?
It's easier to go down.
A research team had a group of young men perform arm curls, bench presses as chest exercises, as well as back squats to compare concentric and eccentric contractions. In all 3 exercises, eccentric contractions generated greater force and allowed participants to perform more repetitions without fatigue.
the eccentric contraction is much easier than concentric contraction. This is the concept of the people who are doing eccentric exercise in Saga.
Two years ago, Tara Town started offering exercise classes for older residents based on Nosaka's research. From the age of 30, muscle strength and muscle mass are said to decline by 1 to 2% each year. The older people get, the higher their risk of becoming bedridden. However, when older people followed the new exercise method just once a week for 10 weeks, their leg muscle strength increased by an average of 10% and muscle mass by 18%. The results suggest it's effective even in older age.
よろしくお願い。皆さんこんにちは。エリカです。今日はよろしくお願いします。
The instructor is Nakamura Masatoshi, who works with Nosaka on research at Nishikyushu University in Western Japan.
平均の年ってだいたい
18ですよね。
18？
18じゃなくて80ですね。
80ですね。
平均だと80になるかと思いますけども、ね、そのような方でも運動としてすごくいい効果が出るっていうのがこの運動のポイントです。
First, cross your arms in front of you. As you count to 5, slowly sit down over 3 seconds. When you stand up, rise quickly without putting strain on your muscles. This exercise uses your own body weight to strengthen the quadriceps, the muscles at the front of the thigh that support everyday movements like standing, walking, and climbing stairs.
椅子に座るのを3秒間運動してほしいんですけども、3秒カウントするのがちょうど5カウントがちょうどいいっていうのが一つ。もう一つは5カウントですることで動作が滑らかになるということで5カウントの運動をしてます。せーの。ワン、ツー、スリー、フォー、ファイブ。早い。
ちょっと早すぎるでしょ。
ちょっと早かったですね。皆さんがお手本見せた方が早いですかね。
そう、多分手本の方が私そう一緒にやらない？
いきますよ。せーの。ワン、ツー、スリー、フォー、ファイブ。オッケー。
素晴らしい先生たくさんいます。
せーの。
Aim to do one set of 10 repetitions a day.
素晴らしいですよ。3回目いきましょう。いきますよ。せーの。
As you do this eccentric contraction exercise, the key is to focus on the stretch in your thigh muscles.
もう amazing, fantastic.
ジムとか行かなくても自分の体重っていう立派なウェイトが、皆さんね、体重ってちょっと余分なものもあるかもしれないけどついてるので、それをこうしっかり支えるだけでも十分いいトレーニングにはなるので。
Next is a workout for the iliopsoas, a muscle group that connects the lower back and the legs. Strengthening it helps stabilize your posture while walking and prevent falls. While seated, lift one leg and press down on it with your hands to add resistance as you lower it over 3 seconds. Do one set of 10 repetitions, alternating between your left and right legs. As you do this exercise, focus on feeling the deep muscles around your hip joint stretch.
Wow, I can feel it. I can really feel it in here. 聞いてます。
For the third exercise, use the back of a chair for support as you work your calf muscles, which are essential for walking. Raise both heels, then lift one leg off the floor. Slowly lower the other heel over 3 seconds. Alternate between left and right for 10 repetitions. This is also an eccentric contraction exercise, using your body weight to put load on your calves. Feel your calf muscles stretch as you slowly lower your heels.
OK です。なんかやりやすい方とかありますか？
利き足の方が
なんですね。
きついんですか？
優しいですね。
やりやすいね。歩くときは右も左も使わないかんから、どっちも鍛えないけんでね。
お家の方でどういう時に皆さんやってます？
歯磨きしながらスクワット。
それはいいアイデア。歯磨きをやりながら、それ素晴らしい。
テレビ見ながら片足立ち。
テレビを見ながら
片足立ち。
Finally, let's work the abdominal muscles. Sit near the edge of a chair and cross your arms over your chest. Then, lean your upper body back over 3 seconds. All you need to do is recline slowly.
こう寝て起きるっていう動作の時にこの腹筋、若い頃はそのままぐっと起きてたと思うんですが、年とともにこう横にこう張ったりとかするので、しっかり腹筋が鍛わると寝起きが楽になるので鍛えてます。じゃあ行きましょう。せーの。ワン、ツー、スリー、フォー、ファイブ。オッケー。いたたたたた。じゃあちょっときついなっていう方は手を前の方に伸ばして。せーの。ワン、ツー、スリー、フォー、ファイブ。オッケーです。オッケーです。はい。ワン、ツー、スリー、フォー、ファイブ。オッケーです。オッケーです。
Let's take a closer look at the difference between eccentric exercises, which stretch muscles, and concentric exercises, which shorten them. Katsura Yoshihiro of Kogakuin University works with Nosaka. He placed 17 older participants into 2 groups. One group did concentric exercises, slowly standing up over 3 seconds while counting to 5. The other group performed eccentric exercises, sitting down in the same way. They each carried out 4 to 6 types of exercise at least 3 times a week for 8 weeks. Here are the results. Both groups showed improvement. However, the one that performed eccentric exercises saw greater gains in all 4 areas: front thigh muscle mass, lower limb muscle strength, the ability to stand up from a chair, and muscle endurance.
この楽に実施できて、しかも効率的に体力指標を向上させることができるということが分かりましたので、特に高齢者の方とか体力が低い方っていうのはエキセントリック重視の自体時のトレーニングっていうのがお勧めできるのかなというふうに思います。
Nakamura conducted an experiment to find out how many times an eccentric exercise needs to be performed each day to be effective. He placed young people into 3 groups and had them do a dumbbell exercise. The isometric group held the weight still for 3 seconds. The concentric group lifted it over 3 seconds. The eccentric group lowered it over 3 seconds. Each group exercised once a day, 5 days a week for 4 weeks. Nakamura then compared their muscle strength. The results showed that the eccentric group had the biggest gains. Even when performed just once a day, eccentric exercise was found to increase muscle strength efficiently.
一番最初の頃始まった時と今の自分の体って結構やっぱ自分で感じてます？
最初はなったです。
最初はありました？
はい、もうこうやってこうやって。
そうで一番痛かった場所はこの辺？
ここ。
太もも。そう私も明日多分筋肉痛になると思います。
ただ皆さんやっぱ運動続けてて起きてないっていうのが すごく運動してる証拠にはなってるので、すごくいいかなとは思ってます。
もう素晴らしすぎる。
This is data from 84-year-old Shimohira Taeko. Compared with 2 years ago, her body fat percentage has decreased by about 5%, while her overall muscle mass has increased by 1.7 kilograms. Her estimated bone mass has also risen by 0.2 kilograms.
やっぱりコツコツやるのがやっぱり一番影響する。
むくみがひどかったんですよ。もう病院に行くぐらいに。でもそれがなんか軽減されたような気がします。
膝なんか痛かったんですけど、貼り薬を貼ってましたけど、もう全然良くなりました。
私は84です。
84ですね。若い肌もつるされても
85歳です。
85、全然見えないです。
ありがとうございます。
もうぜひ続けてください。I noticed with the elderly women that I did the exercise within Kyushu. I think for most people, you know, it was again focused on doing it very slowly, counting with the count. So why is the count also so important? You do the 5 count, 3 seconds. Why is this so important?
Okay. If you are kind of quickly, that is more just gravity. You are not resisting against the weight. So we encourage people to sit down to chair slowly in 5 count. When we are lifting the weight, okay, so still producing force, but lowering the weight slowly, then we are kind of stretching the muscle fibers, then that can stimulate a signal to increase protein synthesis and also stimulate the brain to increase muscle strength and also strengthen the tendon, which is very important component for the muscle force. So when we are doing eccentric contraction, we can stimulate all of those to increase strength.
A research team in Taiwan working with Nosaka conducted a unique study. 30 women aged 60 to 72 exercised twice a week for 12 weeks. One group climbed a flight of 110 steps while the other walked down them. The ascending group mostly performed concentric contractions on their thigh and calf muscles. The descending group mainly used eccentric contractions of those muscles. Here are the results. Compared with the ascending group, the descending group showed a greater increase in bone density. They also had a larger decrease in resting heart rate, which reflects the heart's pumping efficiency. Blood pressure was reduced as well. The descending group also saw greater reductions in insulin resistance, triglycerides, and so-called bad cholesterol.
So you may use maybe escalator, elevator to go up, but you need to use stairs to go down. So that's very beneficial. So then we found that the heart rate after descending stair walking, and also the cognitive function, brain function, improve better after eccentric than concentric.
Really? So what aspects of the brain function were improved?
So probably, okay, when you are going down, you are more vigilant, then pay more attention to going down. So probably you are using more brain when you are going down. So you need to control the movement better in eccentric contraction. In this case, descending stair walking can stimulate your brain.
So for the average person, say for me, you know, how many minutes would you recommend?
Yeah, so I think, okay, sitting to chair slowly, maybe 10 times a day would be enough. We counted how many times we are sitting to chair sofa in a day. People sitting to chair or sofa 20 times a day.
20 times.
So whenever you sit down to chair or sofa, slowly,
go slowly.
then you are doing eccentric exercise. That could be enough. So when you go to toilet, you need to sit down slowly, not emergency. Okay, that could
Slowly
be very,
onto the toilet
slowly
seat.
to the chair. Okay,
Or the toilet
toilet
seat,
chair. Yeah, so that could be a very good way. So we can implement eccentric exercise in our daily activity as well.
Eccentric exercises, which place less strain on the body, are now being used in rehabilitation at a university hospital in Chile. One such example involves patients with COPD, or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, which makes breathing difficult. Patients with this illness have reduced lung function and feel severely short of breath even when walking. Nosaka's research collaborators compared forward and backward pedaling on a cycling machine used for rehabilitation. Forward pedaling involves concentric contractions, shortening the front thigh muscles. Backward pedaling uses eccentric contractions, stretching them. The results showed that compared with forward pedaling, backward pedaling reduced oxygen consumption by about 50%. In other words, eccentric exercise can be performed efficiently with less oxygen. Heart rate was also about 30% lower, suggesting less strain on the heart. A team in Chile placed 20 patients with moderate COPD into two groups. One group did forward pedaling while the other performed backward pedaling. They did the exercise twice a week for 12 weeks. Compared with the forward pedaling concentric group, the backward pedaling eccentric group was able to walk a longer distance after the training period. Those in the backward pedaling group were also able to stand up and turn in less time. This indicates an improvement in overall physical function. The team in Japan is now exploring rehabilitation for older adults who are unable to move around without a walker or wheelchair due to muscle weakness. Working with a Japanese company, they have developed a device to support eccentric exercise.
じゃあ今から始めますね。
上がりますし、いつものように、はい、頑張って、体型よかよ。
よいしょ。
The seat helps with standing.
はい。よし行きましょう。座りますよ。ゆっくり座ろう。
This exercise simply involves sitting down. As the user sits, the seat senses their position and lowers while maintaining light contact without fully supporting their weight. Even if the user is no longer able to support themselves partway through, the seat holds the body without impact, allowing them to continue exercising safely.
そうですそうですそうです。あ、今の良かった。バッチリバッチリ。
The exercise routine involves sitting down slowly 5 times a day. A separate research team studied older adults with an average age of 84 who had reduced physical function. They exercised using this device 3 times a week for 3 months. 7 out of 17 improved to normal levels.
皆さんですね、だいぶ歩行状態もちょっと安定されてきてるっていうのはちょっと感じます。で、自宅で家族さんに聞いても、ちょっと前までは転倒したり、つまずきが家でも見られたけど、最近そういえばないねっていう声もちょっと聞けてますので、やっぱり毎回楽しみにはされてるみたいです。
Are there any things that we should be careful about when doing eccentric exercise?
Okay, so eccentric exercise could cause muscle soreness, especially when you are doing the first time or after a long break. Then you do the eccentric exercise, you may get sore. So if you get sore, that is the indication of something wrong in your muscle. Okay, you just need to listen to your body carefully. If you feel pain, then you have to have a rest. Important thing is your muscle adaptation occurring when you're resting. So yes, now from now on, I hope many people start eccentric exercise. Then they can benefit from doing eccentric exercise regularly. Then my dream is to make people's health span and also make people happier, healthier, fitter by doing eccentric exercises.
At the end of her trip, Erica visited Akamatsu Hatsuyo, whom she had met at the exercise class.
Hatsuyo-san, こんにちは。こんにちは。お邪魔します。
Akamatsu is 88 years old. Her husband passed away 20 years ago, and her children live away from the area. She takes care of the family's roughly 2,000 square meter vegetable garden on her own.
これは何を植えてたんですか？
これ
こっちに
里芋。
これ普通のペース？
普通にする。
It's amazingly fast.
Akamatsu stays active, working in her garden every day. Even so, the exercise class remains an important part of her routine.
あそこに行くようになってからやっぱり気分的にも違いますからね。
もうやっぱりみんなと一緒に集まるから、でそのなんかみんな笑いながら、楽しくながら、
でお友達もできるしですね。
初代さんなんか今のなんか目標とかは何かあります？
寝たきりにならないように畑をするだけです。90歳まで畑ができたらいいなと思います。
素晴らしい。
To see the friends she treasures, she'll be back at the exercise class again next week.
Even as we grow older, we all want to stay active, mobile, and able to walk on our own 2 feet. The people I met have learned to listen to their bodies and to keep moving in ways that feels right for them. Over time, they're able to do a little more than before. And in the end, it's that steady, quiet consistency that truly makes the difference. つらい筋トレ。さよなら。